A certification is not a contract. A registration is not revenue. A set-aside is not a promise that your company will win. Government contracting can become a serious market for a capable veteran-owned business, but the government is still a customer, and customers buy outcomes, not hope. In episode 10, we talked about innovation as measurable improvement. Government agencies need that kind of improvement. They buy construction, technology, maintenance, training, logistics, professional services, manufacturing, health support research, and thousands and thousands of other products and services. Current SBA guidance states that federal government aims to award at least 5% of federal contracting dollars to service-disabled veteran-owned small businesses, SDVOBs, each year. Certain opportunities can be set aside or awarded under specific sole source authority when the legal conditions are met. That is real opportunity. It is not entitlement to an award. The agency still needs responsible contractors. The price must be fair and reasonable. The company must be eligible, capable, compliant, and prepared to perform. Founders often begin government contracting by collecting registrations. Begin with the agency mission. Which organization buys what you sell? Which office uses it? What problem does the requirement solve? How has the agency purchased it before? Which contract vehicles, prime contractors, and acquisition methods appear in that market? What performance, security, insurance, accounting, or clearance requirements are common? This is market research. SAM.gov can help you examine opportunities and award information. Agency procurement forecasts, small business offices, public spending data, industry days, requests for information, and prior solicitations can help you understand demand. Do not chase every opportunity with a certain keyword, but build a focused customer campaign around your work, company, and what you can actually deliver. For federal SDVOBs opportunities, SBA determines certification under current program rules, and contracting officers verify status through the federal systems described in the FAR. Representations must be accurate. Ownership and control are not directive paperwork. False statements can create serious consequences, but even a properly certified company may not be ready to bid. Can you explain the exact customer outcome you provide? Can you identify relevant experience? Can you estimate labor, material, overhead, risk, and schedule? Can your accounting procedure provide the records the contract requires? Can you protect controlled or sensitive information if the work demands it? Can you carry payroll and expenses while waiting for payment? Can you deliver when the customer changes personnel or the requirement becomes difficult? Certification should fit inside readiness. It should not hide the absence of readiness. A capability statement is not a patriotic biography. It is a concise answer to a buyer's question. Why should I believe this company can perform this kind of work? State the core capabilities in the language of outcomes. Include relevant differences that can be supported. Show past performance or closely related experience without exaggerating. Provide the identifiers and contact information the buyer needs. Tailor the document to the agency and requirement. Do not list 20 unrelated services because you are afraid to choose a single market. A focused company is easier to understand, easier to remember, and easier to refer. Government relationships do not mean improper influence. They mean learning how the customer works and making your capability visible through legitimate channels. Speak with the agency small business specialists. Attend useful industry events. Respond thoughtfully to requests for information. Ask prime contractors about real subcontracting needs. Study debriefings and public award history. Listen more than you pitch. The goal is to understand the buying problem before the solicitation leaves. No room to learn. And remember that a small business office may help you navigate, but it usually does not own the requirement or award the contract. You still have to reach the people connected to the mission and the acquisition. Many new contractors face a difficult question. How do you win experience without experience? Start by identifying what evidence you already have. Commercial work, relevant employment, team member experience that can be represented accurately, subcontracting, smaller purchases, state or local work, teaming arrangements structured with qualified advice. Do not imply that personal experience automatically belongs to a new company. Explain the relationship honestly, then pursue work close enough to your demonstrated capability that performance can build the next credential. Winning a contract at the wrong price can damage a company. Your price has to include the real labor, materials, indirect costs, compliance, insurance, management risk, and reasonable profit required to perform. Cash timing matters too. Employees and suppliers may need payment before the government can actually pay your company. Growth can increase that gap. A large award can create a larger working capital problem. So model the cash requirement, not only the projected profit. Understand invoicing, acceptance, payment terms, and what happens when work is delayed or disrupted. The full Veteran Business Foundations chapter on government market goes deeper into capability, compliance, cash, and bid discipline. Use it as an educational foundation, then obtain qualified guidance for the specific procurement. Strong contractors do not bid everything. They use a go or no-go decision. Do we understand the customer? Does the requirement fill our capability? Can we meet the schedule and compliance duties? Is the price winnable and sustainable? Do we have the people, partners, cash, and evidence? Can we submit a responsive proposal before the deadline? What would we stop doing to pursue this? Sometimes this disciplined decision is no bid. That protects resources for an opportunity the company can actually win and perform. Choose one agency or prime contractor and one capability. Study 5 prior purchases or opportunities. Identify the likely users, buyers, small business and contractors, and incumbent providers. Write a focused capability statement. List the readiness gaps that would prevent responsible performance. Then schedule one legitimate learning conversation. Do not ask, do I have money for veterans? Ask, how does your organization buy this outcome, and what must a qualified supplier demonstrate? That question changes the relationship. It moves you from status toward capability. Government contracting can create meaningful opportunity for veteran-owned businesses. The 5 procurement SDVOB's goal matter. Set-asides and sole source authorities matter. Certification matters, but none of them perform the work. Research the customer, build the capability, represent the company accurately, price the mission, protect the cash, comply with the requirement, then deliver so well the past performance becomes your strongest introduction. In episode 12, we will ask a harder policy question. If the federal government has a structured SDVOB program, why should a veteran's opportunity change so dramatically at a state line? Certification can open the door. So subscribe to the VestVet Debrief so you can hear about these specific policy questions. So hit that subscribe button and also like.